How's it going, guys? Haven't been able to post for a while because been helping my buddy Daryl, but I've been trying to find some time and getting some work done on this. I got the rest of the front end taken off, got most of the frame pretty much cleaned off up here. I port 15'd the whole firewall. Looks really good. Got my Kirky seats put in after I port 15'd the entire floor. I also made some back panels to separate the trunk to the inside the car, and I seam sealed around it. Looks pretty good. I tried to get in back behind those little passageways to get back in behind the quarters and inside the wheel wells and whatnot too. And I only went up to like where the window is, right there at the bottom. I'll probably end up doing the top at some point in time, but I want to clean off the roof and some of the other stuff and get rid of some of this vinyl that I don't really want up there. And I also port 15 the trunk. Again, I also tried to get back up in here as much as I could, back up in behind the quarters and down below and everywhere else that I could get. And I got my hole cut for my fuel cell, so it fits good. I got this taped off because I was getting ready to start taking off the rear suspension, so I could start cleaning up and taping everything off that I didn't want to get painted with epoxy or port 15. And I don't know if you can see this very clear, but I can literally move this body mount. And there is no bolt right here. I can stick my finger all the way through. And if you can't see it too much, if I had some light in here, the top of the mount is actually rusted away. And so that pretty much made up my mind, because I was debating whether or not I was gonna have to take off the frame, because I really wanted to box in the frame and stiffen it up in some other areas, but at this point I wasn't wanting to go too far, because I wanted to get the car back on the road at some point in time before too long, hopefully next year. But now I don't know, since the one body mount isn't even there really, and there's a few others that have me a little worried because there's more surface rust on top that I could see. So worst comes to worst, I'll have to repair more than one metal piece for the body mounts on the frame. So car's gonna end up getting taken off the frame, so I can get that fixed, because I don't want to be running around with crappy body mounts, especially in the future. I plan on taking this to the track, and I really don't want that. So, but in that case, after I stiffen everything up, I'm going to be looking, instead of port 15 the frame and everything, I'll probably look into having it blasted and powder coated. it'd look a lot better than the Port 15. I really haven't had a problem with the Port 15, but it doesn't look as smooth as powder coating, because you can tell on some of the areas where it likes to bubble up. You can see on that panel. It's fine for me. It covers it up. It makes the firewall look cleaner, you could say, from a distance, but I'll probably end up maybe putting another coat, at least on this panel here, because the Port 15 does like to bubble up. Even if you have an extremely clean surface, I haven't had much luck with it not bubbling up. But also, I got me a new shifter. Bought this from my buddy Daryl. He got this from another guy in another Monty, and it's pretty clean. I like it. It's a Hurst quarter stick. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna mount it yet. I'm trying to figure out what's most comfortable. But it's definitely a lot simpler, a lot less mechanics in it. I already like it a whole lot better than that Hurst V-Matic one. Especially if I'm going to be trying to go to the track. I don't necessarily want something that'll have a higher probability of having an issue. So, and I don't know if when I keep it flat on the floor, or if I might build a plate that raises at least the back end or something, or at least do a couple of shims or something to raise it up a little bit. But for the most part, I like it. Looks a hell of a lot nicer.